Hail Caesar or Trump. Folks, gather round for a tale as old as time. We're talking about a guy with bad hair, a big ego and a taste for power. Sound familiar? That's right, it's Julius Caesar. Or is it Donald Trump? Let's play a little game I like to call Caesar or Cheeto. Both men were known for their larger-than-life personalities and their ability to whip up a crowd. Caesar had his legions, Trump had his MAGA army. Caesar crossed the Rubicon, Trump crossed, well, pretty much every line imaginable. Now, I'm not saying Trump is exactly like Caesar. For one thing, Caesar could probably read without moving his lips. But the parallels are striking. Both men saw themselves as the saviors of their respective republics. Both had a flair for the dramatic and a disdain for the established order. And both, as we'll see, may have set their nations on a path towards autocracy. January 6th, America's Rubicon. Ladies and gentlemen, let me paint you a picture. It's January 6th, 2021. A mob of angry supporters, whipped into a frenzy by their leader's claims of a stolen election, storms the seat of government. Political analyst, it should because it happened twice. Once in 49 BC when Caesar crossed the Rubicon with his army, and again in 2021 when Trump supporters crossed the barriers at the Capitol. In both cases, these events marked a point of no return. Caesar's crossing led to civil war and the fall of the Roman Republic. January 6th, well, we're still writing that chapter of history, but let's just say it's not looking great for the peaceful transfer of power team. Political analyst, now I know what you're thinking, but Caesar actually led his troops across the Rubicon. Trump just sat in the White House watching TV. But the impact, potentially just as devastating for democracy. All right, folks, let's dive into the crystal ball of doom and gloom. Picture this, it's 2028. Donald Trump, having won the 2024 election, is nearing the end of his second term. But wait, he's not ready to leave his golden throne, the Oval Office. Political analyst, in a move that would make Caesar proud, Trump declares himself president for life. His supporters cheer, his opponents cry foul. The rest of us wonder if we've accidentally stumbled into a particularly dystopian episode of The Apprentice. But how does he pull it off, you ask? Well, remember all those judges he appointed? All those loyal Republicans in Congress? Turns out they're not just there for the snazzy government health insurance. They start passing laws interpreting the Constitution in, let's say, creative ways. Before you know it, term limits are a thing of the past. Political analyst, welcome to the United States of Trump, folks, where the rules are made up and the votes don't matter. Now, dear viewers, we arrive at the part of our story that would make Shakespeare say, "Whoa, that's a bit much, don't you think?" Picture this, President for life, Trump, drunk on power and Diet Coke, has pushed things too far. The country is in chaos, the economy is in shambles. Political analysts, enter a group of conspirators, former allies turned enemies. They've had enough of Trump's tyranny. They plan the unthinkable assassination. And who leads this group? None other than Mike Pence, the once loyal VP who finally found his spine, only to use it for backstabbing. The fateful day arrives. Trump is giving a speech at the Bigley Arena, formerly known as Madison Square Garden. Pence and his co-conspirators surround him. And then, well, let's just say it's not pretty. Trump's last words, "Et tu, Mikey," or possibly "I knew I should have gone with Chris Christie," political analyst. The news spreads like wildfire, or like one of Trump's tweets about a celebrity feud. The nation is shocked. Trump supporters cry conspiracy. Trump opponents, well, they're not exactly crying. But one question remains, what happens next? Spoiler alert, it's not good. Section 5, Chaos in the Capitol again. Welcome to the aftermath. The year is 2029, and the United States is in turmoil. Trump's assassination has left a power vacuum.
The streets are filled with protesters. Some mourn the loss. Others celebrate the fall of a tyrant. And caught in the middle? The rest of us, just trying to figure out what to do next.
Congress is in disarray. The Supreme Court is deadlocked. And the military? Generals are eyeing the Oval Office. A new figure steps into the spotlight, promising to restore order and make America great again. Again? The chaos didn't happen overnight. It was a build-up of years of escalating tensions, protests, and political speeches. Emotions ran high, fear, anger, and a glimmer of hope for a better future. The capital became a battleground with clashes between protesters and law enforcement. Leaders made desperate pleas for peace and order, but the chaos was unstoppable. The scale of the unrest was unprecedented, a nation on the brink of collapse. Section 6. Enter the American Augustus. Hold on to your togas, folks, because history is about to repeat itself. Just as Octavian rose from the ashes of Caesar's assassination to become Augustus, the first emperor of Rome, we're about to witness the rise of America's own Augustus.
But who is this American Augustus? Imagine a figure with a background steeped in political maneuvering and a drive for absolute power. Perhaps it's a charismatic young senator promising to bridge the divide between MAGA and MSNBC. Or maybe it's a military leader vowing to restore order with an iron fist and possibly a very stylish uniform. Or, plot twist, what if it's Baron Trump stepping up to continue his father's legacy?
Whoever it is, they'll follow Augustus's playbook to a T. They'll keep the trappings of the Republic while slowly consolidating power. They'll promise peace and prosperity, all while building a shiny new American empire.
Congress? Oh, it'll still exist. It'll just be about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. And the American people? Well, some will resist. Others will embrace the new order.
Welcome to the brave new world of American imperialism, folks. Hope you like eagles and togas.
All right, folks, strap in. We're about to take a wild ride into the future of the American empire. Remember how Rome wasn't built in a day? Well, this new empire will be built in 280 characters or less. Welcome to the age of imperial Twitter.
Our American Augustus, let's call him a real American emperor, starts small. A tweet here about making the trains run on time, a hashtag there about draining the Tiber. The swamp. Before you know it, he's got more followers than the Pope. Social media becomes the new Senate, where policies are debated and decrees are issued.
But it's not all fun and games. Our new emperor is busy expanding the empire. Canada, more like North Dakota now. Mexico, South Texas, and don't even get me started on Greenland. Each conquest is announced with a viral tweet rallying support and showcasing power.
And the best part, it's all documented on social media. Invasions are live-streamed. Peace treaties are signed via DM. And every new territory gets its own reality show. Social media isn't just a tool, it's the very foundation of this new empire. It's an empire builder's dream and a historian's nightmare. The significance of each tweet, each hashtag is monumental, shaping the course of history in real time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the peak of the American empire. It's a time of unprecedented prosperity, power, and really big walls. The year is 2050 and America isn't just great again, it's positively imperial.
Our American Augustus, now known as Imperator Maximus, he had to upgrade his Twitter handle, rules over a vast empire. The Atlantic, that's the American lake now. The Pacific, the Freedom Pond. And as for space, well, let's just say the moon is getting a makeover. Red, white and blue look great in zero gravity.
But it's not all conquest and expansion. The empire is also experiencing a cultural renaissance. Hollywood is churning out epic blockbusters faster than you can say bread and circuses. The most popular show, Game of Drones, a thrilling series about political intrigue in the Imperial drone force.
And let's not forget the technological advancements. Flying cars, check. Robots in every home, double check. A social credit system that makes China's look like a participation trophy, triple check. It's a brave new world, folks. Just don't ask about the fine print in the Constitution or what happened to that pesky Bill of Rights.
The policies that led to this golden age were multifaceted. Trade agreements were renegotiated to favor American interests, ensuring economic dominance. Military might was showcased through grand parades and the development of cutting-edge weaponry, deterring any potential adversaries. Diplomacy played a crucial role, with strategic alliances being formed and old rivalries being put to rest. Domestically, massive infrastructure projects transformed cities into futuristic metropolises, reflecting the empire's grandeur. On the global stage, American products and culture dominated markets, influencing lifestyles and economies worldwide.
The impact of these actions was profound. International trade routes were redefined, with America at the center of global commerce. Cultural exchange programs flourished, bringing the world closer to the American way of life. Summits held in American cities became the epicenter of international cooperation, solidifying America's role as the world's leader. This era of American imperialism reshaped the world, leaving an indelible mark on history.
But wait, dear viewers, what's that on the horizon? Could it be trouble in paradise? As we've learned from our Roman friends, all empires must fall, and this American empire is no exception.
First, there are the external threats. The Canadians, tired of being called North Dakota, are getting restless. Their motivation? A desire for respect and recognition. Mexico, or South Texas, is planning a revolt. Their actions are driven by a long history of cultural and political tensions. And don't even get me started on the Martian colonies. Their grievances stem from feeling neglected and exploited by Earth. Turns out, Earth First doesn't play well with the Red Planet crowd. The Martians are fighting for their autonomy and environmental preservation.
But the real danger comes from within. The empire has grown too big, too unwieldy. The sheer size and complexity are causing cracks in the foundation. Maintaining those giant space lasers isn't cheap, you know. And the people? Well, they're starting to ask uncomfortable questions, like, whatever happened to democracy? And why is the emperor's dog on the Supreme Court? The absurdity of the situation is fueling public outrage.
To make matters worse, a new threat has emerged, the Neo-Luddites. Armed with nothing but flip phones and dial-up internet, they're waging a guerrilla war against the empire's tech infrastructure. Their motivation? A return to simpler times. Their battle cry? Make America 1950 again. The nostalgia for a bygone era is driving their fervor. It's enough to make our poor emperor consider early retirement. If only he hadn't abolished elections. The weight of his decisions is becoming too much to bear.
And so, dear friends, we come to the end of our tale. The year is 2075, and the American empire is collapsing faster than you can say et tu, Siri. The once unassailable power is now a shadow of its former self. Our once mighty imperator is now holed up in the last stronghold of imperial power, a fortified Mar-a-Lago, surrounded by loyalists and remnants of a bygone era.
The provinces are in open revolt. Texas has seceded again, declaring its independence and reigniting old debates about state sovereignty and federal power. California has formed its own tech utopia, leveraging its technological prowess to create a society that thrives on innovation and self-sufficiency. And Florida? Well, Florida is still Florida, a land of contradictions and eccentricities, maintaining its unique identity amidst the chaos. Some things never change, even in the face of imperial collapse. The resilience of certain cultural elements remains a testament to the enduring spirit of the people.
As the empire crumbles, historians of the future, probably posting on whatever replaced TikTok, will look back and ask, where did it all go wrong? Was it the orbital mind control lasers? A symbol of the paranoia and technological overreach that plagued the late empire? The mandatory bald eagle ownership program? An attempt to enforce patriotism that backfired spectacularly? Or was it simply the inexorable march of history, the rise and fall of empires playing out as it always has? A reminder that no power is eternal. The lessons from history are clear. Hubris, overreach, and internal division can bring down even the mightiest of empires.
But fear not, dear viewers, for as one empire falls, another rises. Even now I hear whispers of a new power emerging from the ashes. A coalition of states united by their love of freedom, democracy, and really good barbecue. They call themselves the United States of America. A new beginning forged from the lessons of the past. The cycle of history continues, reminding us that while empires may fall, the spirit of the people endures. They call themselves the United States of America. Now, where have I heard that before? Where have I heard